Yesterday I stubbed my toe during kickboxing. I threw a teep kick to this dude's belly. I came back, and instead of stepping on like the ball of my foot or the whatever the anatomy is called, I rolled it. It really flipping hurts right now. Anyway, I wanted to make this a couple days ago. I'm gonna bring it up now, otherwise I'll never do it, and it's just gonna be irrelevant. Paddy Pimblett versus ILIA Topuria would have been the most amazing fight, the most anticipated fight since, I mean, for me, I guess I'd say, dude, I was so excited for Topuria versus Holloway. Like, that fight was in October, and then like in July, dude, I was thinking about it, and I'd be like, oh my god, I can't wait. Some very giddy shit that was for that fight. Before that, I wasn't as hyped going into Volk versus Topuria, but I'm like during the fight, I don't think my heart's ever been like. I was with my ex at the time. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, anyway, I was with someone at the time. Her head's on my chest, and she's like, "Dude, are you okay?" I'm like, "This is my drug. This is my drug." But since then, when was the last time I was like so excited for a fight? I don't know. Topuria versus Paddy, bro, that would have been amazing. Like the lead up, it would have been trash talking. It would have been so silly. It would have been so funny. I'm gonna take your lights off. You flatter the lads, you're not even fucking speaking English, mates, or whatever the fuck you'd say. I don't know, mates. You little chorizo lad. I'm gonna whatever. Chorizo, you mushroom, you little sausage, you Spanish sausage. You would have been amazing. Not gonna happen. Now we're just gonna have Gaethje versus Pimblett, which is that'll be fun. It will be fun, but and it's a better opponent, obviously, because like not for a second did I really like, man, dude, Paddy's probably gonna beat Ilya. No, I mean I would have thought that Paddy could have done better against Gaethje. I ended up I picked Gaethje. I put $9.50 on Gaethje. I made like 20 something back, just because I was looking at the fight. And the whole time leading up to him, like Paddy will do something. He'll use like those like jumping kicks at range, you know, that he was kind of doing better against Chandler. I was thinking, they didn't do that. I knew he wasn't going to be shooting for like double legs because it's Gaethje. I don't think that's going to work. I'm thinking if he's shooting those kicks, him at range the knees. He was landing those knees, like when Justin like that. That was there, but it was like much sloppier than I was thinking. Kicks, body. Maybe like when they clinch up, you try and get a body lock and do something. I don't even know if he even tried to do that. But anyway, yeah, that didn't happen. So I was thinking maybe that he could like throw his kicks and be rangy against Ilya, and then Ilya, maybe I was thinking like second or third round TKO. I don't know how it would happen. I know it would happen. There's not a reality in which I would pick Paddy Pimblett to piece up Topuria. How what that did. But yeah, now we got him versus Gaethje. I'm still not gonna pick Gaethje to win, but I am gonna be curious to see what he's gonna do about like those kicks. Because I don't think Topuria's ever checked a kick like well in his life. I think even Josh Emmett was hitting him with some kicks. Not many, obviously, but still. And I was trying to think of a previous opponent that was more analogous to Gaethje for Topuria. Not Volk, not Holloway, not Oliveira. I guess Josh Emmett. Not Bryce Mitchell, not Jai Herbert. I don't know. Maybe Emmett, except he's bigger than Emmett and more technical than Emmett, obviously. Just in terms of like a heavy hitter that like you're like, yeah, I don't want to get hit by this person at all. That's all that I was thinking of. Yeah. Whatever. That'll be fun, I guess. We'll see that. Justin, I really loved her, and I'm gonna take her head off. And what are you going to do about it? You know, I can submit you, I can knock you out, I can put your lights out. Oh, I'm just gonna cause car crashes and use the full extent of my body and my weapons. Inshallah, that will happen on the White House card. That's all I got for you today. What else do I want to talk about? Right. Another reason that I picked Paddy Pimblett, and this is the other thing that I'll say. This is the only other thing that I'll say. I picked Paddy Pimblett because I went to the UFC. I went to Topuria versus Oliveira over the summer with my mom. Shout out, Mom. And every fighter that I went there and I met has lost so far. Okay, we met Paddy. There you go. That's one. I met Alexa Grasso. She hasn't fought since she lost to Natalia Silva, I think, because this was in June that I met them. I met Izzy. Izzy's fighting Salty Joe. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that one yet. I mean, obviously I want to pick Izzy, but just based on this curse that I'm causing right now, who else we meet? My mom met Zhang Weili. That's actually a really funny photo, because instead of like just like this, my mom said, "Can you put me in a choke?" And she said, "Choke? Okay." And so there's the photo of my mom's like, and Zhang Weili has got her in her rear naked, and she's just smiling. And then who else did I meet? Oh my God, I met fucking Kevin Holland before he fought D-Rod, and he lost to D-Rod. I saw that. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm cursed. I'm cursed. I feel like there's a couple other people that I might be forgetting about, but the other person that my mom and I met was Volk. Waited a long fucking time in line for that. Met Volk. I took the winnings that I made for Gaethje to win, and I put him on Lopez. If Lopez wins, I'm going to put that on Pyfer. I see what it is. Also, this is the last reason I picked Paddy. I feel like when the UFC is trying to like is forcing something too much, like there's a storyline and like, oh, if this happens, then this happens. If A happens, we'll get B. If A and B happens, we'll get C. That outcome that's like a fight or two removed, like down the line, I feel like those things just don't work out sometimes. I can't off the top of my head like tell you what I mean or like give you an example. Oh, I guess I could say like I was so upset when Bilal beat JDM, because like obviously fuck Bilal. No one wants Bilal as champ. Everyone like would have you really would have wanted JDM to beat Bilal, but I was rooting for Bilal. I'm sorry to admit I watched that fight with my Chicago jersey, because I wanted Bilal to win, stay at 170. That way, Islam's going to stay at 55, because I already knew Topuria was moving up. At this point, Volk and Lopez had already fought. Volk got the fucking belt back. And now Topuria's like, I'm going up to 55. Who's my opponent going to be? And everyone is watching this fight. JDM wins. Fuck. Now he's going to fight. It's going to be Topuria Oliveira. Fun fight. You know, great knockout. I loved it. I'm sorry. Not the pinnacle of the sport that I wanted to see. Islam and Topuria would have been amazing. Didn't get it. Now, maybe one day we'll get that at 70. I'm not going to bet against Islam at 170 now, dude. Whatever. I'm really upset that we're not going to get Paddy versus Topuria. Peace.